Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. Welcome to another PlayStation 5 review. Today's review is for Grand Theft Auto 5 on the next gen on PlayStation 5, but it's also available on Xbox Series X and S as well as PC. But this is me covering it on PlayStation 5. Now then, Grand Theft Auto 5. Well, it's been with us since, is it 2013 when it was originally released? Way back on the PlayStation 3. It was a superb game then. Then it got an update on the PlayStation 4. They made some improvements to that game. They made it first person, so on and so forth. It's lived on the PlayStation 4 for a while now. The story mode and the online mode. The online mode is taken on a whole new life of its own. One of the most popular modes in the world, if not the most popular. And now we're finally getting a PlayStation 5 upgrade. Did we ask for it? No. Did we want it? Probably not, but we have got it. Now, depending on your relationship to the game, you're either going to be really excited about this or not really give a monkeys. To be honest, I think Grand Theft Auto 5 itself is an absolutely superb game with one of the best open worlds ever devised, and I just love the game. Now, I am personally more of a fan of the story mode of Grand Theft Auto 5. I have played Grand Theft Auto Online, and certainly when it first came out on PlayStation 4, when it was first upgraded and re-released on PlayStation 4, I put a lot of time into the online mode. I mean, many hours. But I kind of gave up on that a while ago, and to be honest, I'm probably not going to even attempt to get back into the online mode. And the brutal fact, I just don't have time to put any kind of real effort into the online mode anymore. But it is what it is. If you're a fan of Grand Theft Auto Online, then nothing's going to change really here. Now, in regards to the online bit, I've been on and had a look. They've made some changes to the online mode, in a sense of it's like a tutorial for new players. So it's easier to get into the online mode than it ever was before. If you go in there for the first time, they'll give you 4 million to start your career. And away you go. You go into the online mode. I'm not really going to go into great depth about that, because I would imagine many of you watching this review have played this game already, either on the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and you know all about certainly the online mode, and very little has changed here. So what do we get really on Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PlayStation 5? Well, you get to choose from 3 modes to play this game. You've got Fidelity mode, which is like 4K with 30 frames per second. You've got a Performance mode, which is 60 frames per second, and you've got Performance RT, which is a mixture of both the previous ones, of Fidelity and Performance, and that is 60 frames per second with ray tracing. And that is the mode, generally speaking, that I have been using. It seems to be the one that most people are recommending the Performance RT. And it runs really smoothly, and you can really tell the difference. Now, initially when I first put it on and I was playing it, I mean, the game is not an ugly game anyway. It never has been, even back on PlayStation 3. It's always been a superb looking game. And it's no different again now. It just looks even better, and you almost have got used to beautiful looking games now, because to me, I was struggling to see the differences other than, things looking a bit shinier and all this kind of stuff. And then I was playing it and my son came in and looked, and he was kind of blown away with how good the game looked. So I think probably you can get desensitized when you're playing it in regards to how the game looks. But when you kind of look at it with fresh eyes, you will be suitably impressed. The graphics are much better. You've got improved lighting, improved textures and draw distance, and all that good stuff. So the game itself has obviously seen a lot of improvements. But in regards to what else you get really in the story mode, other than you get obviously improved loading times, which is very welcome, because the loading times of GTA traditionally have always been pretty tiresome. The load times are massively improved, not only when you're loading into the game, but also when you're switching characters. Load times are so much better than they used to be. But you also get, like on the PlayStation 5, you get the haptic feedback, when you're driving vehicles and when you're firing weapons and things like that. It's quite subtle. It's not as effective as other games I've played. It is reasonably subtle, but it does certainly make a difference, and it makes it feel more immersive. That is for sure. My understanding as well is that this is going to be, it's going to see its physical release in April. So at the minute you can only get it on digital, but it's getting a physical release in April. As also for online as well, I think they've added a few new vehicles and things like that, and maybe even weapons. So again, if you're a fan of the online side of this game, you're probably going to be really, really happy. And you can obviously transfer your save over from your previous games if you are part of the GTA club, is it? Something like that. So really, I mean, game has been out a long, long time. There's not many of us out there haven't played this game. I mean, it's seen re-releases so many times. It's almost on Skyrim levels now in regards to the re-releases. But it is such an entertaining game to play, and easily one of the best open worlds you will ever play. And if you're not familiar, certainly with the story here, what you get this time, you get three characters. You get Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. And they have intertwining stories. You can flip between the characters. You've got certain missions to do. And you end up essentially teaming up and putting together heists and all sorts of other really entertaining stuff. And it's a really, really cool story, and they are really, really cool characters, with one of the most iconic gaming characters of all time. And by that, I mean Trevor. I mean, he's just a whirlwind. He's absolutely hilarious. In fact, the game itself is so cleverly written, it will genuinely make you laugh out loud. Even now, and I've completed this game, certainly the story mode side of this game, I think 3 times previously, and I'm now on my 4th on the PlayStation 5, my playthrough, about 25 hours in, something like that. And I'm still laughing out loud. It still works, the game. The humour's absolutely on point. The voice acting is of the absolute highest quality. I mean, what do you expect with these guys? They are experts at putting together like these sort of really brilliant character-driven games that are just so on point with the writing, and the mission structures are really, really good and entertaining. The way the vehicles drive, the way the guns feel, it all feels absolutely on point. And it's actually better than it's ever been, like I've said, with the haptic feedback. So essentially, GTA 5, is it worth the upgrade? Well, I paid, I think, for the upgrade on my PlayStation 5. Was it £8.95? Something like that. In the UK, £8.95. Is it really worth it? That's debatable, but it's the price you're going to have to pay for it, because my understanding is it's going to go up the price soon. It's like a reduced price initially, and then the price is going to go up. Same with the online, GTA Online. It's a standalone game and it's free initially, but my understanding is sooner or later they're going to start charging for the online side of it as well. So is it worth purchasing? That really depends on your love of GTA 5. If you've never played it before, then absolutely it is worth picking up now. It's looked better than ever, it plays better than ever, and it is a stunning game. Everybody else, maybe it's worth considering waiting for a very, very deep sale on it, but it is still an excellent game. It's one of the best games ever put out there, and I'm going to give it a really strong 9 out of 10 for that reason. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the review. I'll be back with more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.